We suck again.
Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another Premier League match reaction. Arsenal 0, Nottingham Forest 0 at the City Ground. 1 shot on target out of 13 and 1 post from a useless Italian who is proving all of the Italian stereotypes right because he is a fucking criminal. He is a criminal. He is stealing a living at this football club. He was playing for Nottingham Forest in the first 20 minutes of that game. We're going to get into it because I'm already fuming. Hello, Dal. Hello.
Hi. We meet again.
It seems like we just talked to each other, but
we got to stop meeting.
I miss you. Yeah, we got to stop meeting like this.
Right.
I literally feel like I just talked to you like, 23 hours ago or something like that.
Yeah. Not much has changed, has it? No, hey, what a game. I think during the second half, I caught myself snoring in my chair here a little bit and actually going back to work. Wasn't missing much else. Yeah, it was like work is a little more exciting and challenging than this game is. But you know what? Whatever the challenges are, it's been challenging for us to get a striker in January, and now we can see why. Again, I was picking 4-4-2. Trossard and Sterling up front, or Trossard and Nwaneri up front. Of course, what do I know? 4-3-3 with that donkey part 2 Moreno up there.
Our first string donkey is a lot better, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, TJ. He's not that far. They're not that far apart. No, what a boring ass waste of an hour and a half of everyone's life. This manager has to go. He has no idea, has no clue. He doesn't know how to mix it up. He doesn't know, obviously how to change formations. He doesn't know, lots of things. But if I had to give a man of the match, it's got to be Saliba's tackle to save the goal on Woods. That was the only bright spot of the whole match, I thought, was Saliba's tackle. Anyway, good to see you, TJ and Connor. Blue T-shirt for Connor as well.
Yeah. Do you guys plan that? Chelsea? You guys plan that?
Yeah, we've switched to the west side. No, you guys go on ahead. I don't have really too much to say. I mean, shit. It's what we expected. I expected they were going to run us over today, but they couldn't do that either. They couldn't trap a ball. Yeti was furious at his team just as much as we were mad at ours today. They were just as bad as we were, really, but they did have 1 or 2 good chances. Again, Saliba, man of the match, saved the game, or it would have been 1-0, game over. Anyway, big up chat.
Big up the chat. Smash the like, smash the sub. If you guys are new, even if you guys are ops coming in here to laugh at us, because we've been dead and buried since October. That's been the mode here on TJ Warren TV. So this is not like, don't expect us to come in here smashing plates. Like we've been sounding this horn for the last 4 months. So nobody's really going to be surprised here. But Connor, what are your thoughts before we get a little bit deeper into it?
Big up, guys. Hope everyone's well. Football aside, I hope you guys are well. Hope everyone in the chat's well. Big up Cam, by the way.
Big up Cam every time.
Cam, you get a lot of shit. I know you don't take it because I know you don't take any of that bollocks, but you get a lot of shit I've seen on your Twitter, bro. And in my opinion, you speak nothing but facts, bro. So big up to Cam every single time.
Big up Cam because before I'm glad you brought that up, because Cam stands in. There are a lot of people that would get that kind of shit on Twitter and don't stand in. He stands in. Mm-hmm. So big up Cam every time.
Big up Cam every single time, man. Actually, before I do that, hold on a minute. I'm gonna quickly double check before I give my opinion. Arsenal's tweet, what was it? A point apiece in Nottingham. I was actually gonna say heads up onto the next, innit? Because that's the normal way of doing it. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why I let this club get to me. Because I knew we weren't going to win this. I literally predicted us to lose this game. But they've managed to piss me off anyway. Like, either way, they've still managed to piss me off. Like, just fucking nothing. Fucking nothing. This manager's now dying on the fucking Mikel Merino up front copium strategy. He's not a fucking striker. We've got a striker on the bench. fair play. He's an academy kid, has never seen the day of a first team game, right? But fuck me. Is he really worse than Raheem Sterling? Did you two see what he done at the end of the game? Towards the end of the game. He was on a run. He fucking stopped. He stopped running. What are we doing here? I swear to God, I am this close. I'll probably get beaten up the shit out of it anyway. But I'm so close to going to London Colney tomorrow and throwing hands. Because that was fucking disgraceful. I know we've got no attack. I know we've got no Saka. But what the fuck were we doing all game? Oh, wait, I know. Lobbing in balls FC. Just as I predicted. Same old, same old. Nothing changes with Arsenal Football Club. Nothing. This manager has no plan B. Absolute bullshit of a tactic system. He has to fucking go. And listen, I'm not coming in here saying that Arnie Slot would be able to come in and work with what we've got right now in terms of the injury situation. But I'm sorry. Forest were there to play a counter-attacking game. And we couldn't even score a decent fucking goal against them. Big up to their defence. Big up to Murillo and Minkalenkovic. But I'm not taking the piss here. We're meant to be in a title race. According to Mikel, over his dead body, the title race isn't over yet. Well, your body's on the middle of the fucking pitch right now, mate. That's how dead it is.
It's over. It's so over.
It blows me. Nathan, I don't know if you mean Nathan, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Butler Adeji, he's 22.
Oh, Butler Adeji, yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's 22. He's old enough. Like he's literally old enough to go ahead and make. What is my man doing? That's what. And do you know what will take him to start? To randomly come off the bench for 5 minutes and score a goal. Because that's exactly what Mikel Arteta done with Leicester and Mikel Merino. If Mikel Merino didn't score those 2 goals, we wouldn't be seeing him up front right now. It would have been Sterling starting today. But with the predicament of what happened, he's now playing up there. We are fucked for the rest of the season. We are screwed. And I guarantee you, this manager rushes back to Bukayo Saka. I guarantee you, to give him some little bit of credit left for the end of the season. He's a fucking joke. And the players that he bought were a fucking joke too. Calafiori, well good. He had the best chance of the game. That's unlucky. I'll give him that. But he's just as shit. Mikel Merino was just as shit. Raheem Sterling's just as shit. This summer was an absolute joke. And the way the team played today, Thomas Partey benched. For fucking what? What did he do last game to get benched? What are we doing here? Like, generally, what are we doing here? You're putting in Jorginho, who's way past it now. When we first got him, he could lob in the decent ball. That ain't happening no more. He offered absolutely nothing today. The only people that I can give credit to today, again, was our defence. Do you know why? Because that's the place where we've heavily invested in. We haven't invested up front. We're out here. We bought Willian, Fabio Vieira, Marquinhos, Raheem Sterling. Fair play, I'll give it to Trossard. We've recruited nothing. It's an absolute joke. And the quicker people wake up and realise that we're in this situation, because not the main reason, he didn't cause all of our transfers, but Mikel Arteta is one of the main reasons we're in this situation today. We're in fucking phase. We're in year 5 of Mikel Arteta. And we're out here asking for free agents, guys. What are we doing here?
Carlos Vela.
It's beyond me now. Like I say, I predicted a loss, but this team still manages to piss me off. I don't get it. And again, who's the one that shows the most heart today? Who actually looks like they give a shit? The 17-year-old. Like, it just blows my mind. It really does. Bro, I can't. Listen, I've ranted. I've got nothing else to say. We've been shit. We were shit today as I expected. Title's gone. Liverpool, congratulations. A proper team knows how to get it done. A proper team with proper recruitment knows how to get an actual rebuild done. It's not even the fact that Arnie Slot's there. They had the players. It was just a job to be done. Because what? Why? Because they recruited properly. Our transfers are a joke. Our scouts are a joke. Half of them need to go. I swear to God. All the people that were sat there celebrating with Edu on the 31st of August or the 1st of September, whenever the window ended, deserve to be sacked. Because they are where we're at right now. with Raheem Sterling. I swear to God, if I see Raheem Sterling in an Arsenal shirt one more time, oh my God, I'm going to lose my shit. I swear, I want anyone from this chat, any one of us on panel, to be there instead of him, because we'd offer more than him. He stopped running on a counter-attack. He just went, he was walking with the ball, and he just stopped and fucked around. He's a brain-dead fucking idiot. Anyway, Stefan's on a hiatus. He's being a pussy.
All the top gooners are going into hiding, Stel. That's what that means. All the top gooners.
That's how pissed off I am. It was 0-0 for fuck's sake. Like, what am I doing?
We were on a stream with Agal yesterday, and he was very quiet because there's really not much to back. Just saying.
Oh, but you're set up for the next 10 years, though, TJ. Remember,
we're set up for the next 10 years off of some bullshit website that he didn't even understand, but he was touting it on his channel. Big up Agal, though. Dude, don't even get me started on it. Connor proved his points in a very, very good fashion. I really enjoyed that show.
Sorry.
Stop saying sorry. That's so annoying when you do that. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Big up the chat. Even the losers in 14th that are in the chat trying to come in here and dance on our grave. You guys, when do you guys start cheering for Man City? Now or later? Or are you guys wearing Liverpool colors?
Why are you beating City? Let me know. When you fraud, get out of the chat still.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, big up. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe, of course. I'm gonna start with Calafiori, man. Like, look, this guy is just not it. He's not Premier League ready. You know, he's just a signing that is gonna end up being a bust for us. Like, let's just be real. Let's stop talking about auras. Let's stop talking about how he looks in the fucking traditional tracksuit or whatever the hell they're selling now. Let's call it what it is. The guy is awful. He has a terrible touch. I'm not going to use the Ted Bundy thing anymore. I've used that to death now.
Yeah, that's kind of mad. That is kind of mad still.
You like that one though?
It's a bit mad. It's a bit
but no. Like literally the first 2 or 3 times he touched the ball, he gave it away to Forrest.
Oh shit!
People were not clocking that. He would go in, he'd get deep, he'd cut back right to a Forrest player. Like it was absolutely insane. I was sitting there in the first 15 minutes, like yelling at the TV, thinking my neighbors were probably going to call the cops because, like, I was just getting fucking I was just fuming. And then he comes in there, he actually gets a chance, and he puts it off the bar. Like he puts it off the bar. The guy is not. He's not it. So let's stop. Let's stop this.
It was a good opportunity. It was a good opportunity, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
Great opportunity, but it doesn't matter if you can't finish it.
And look at his discipline.
Whatever, dude.
Look at his discipline.
I had an opportunity. I had an opportunity on prom night. I didn't execute on it. What are we talking about here? You know what I mean?
Yeah, DJ, what kind of shit is that? You didn't execute.
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
Can
Zero penetration.
He's a center back. He's a center back that we're forcing to play an inverted left back who runs so fast he can't control himself. And there's my boss calling me. I'll catch you guys in a few.
Okay, no worries. Right. No worries, man. If my boss calls, we're gonna have Connor doing a solo show.
This town council. I'm joking. DJ, can we talk about Captain Fantastic, Mr.
Yeah, let's talk about Captain Fantastic. Chances created.
One.
Mr. Yeah.
One chance today. One chance today, guys.
No. I heard nobody's giving him any opportunities, Connor. I heard nobody's running the channels.
Of course.
That's what I've heard.
Of course.
That's what I've heard. Big up Barchi. No, that's what I've heard.
Great leadership out there today, Odegaard. Fantastic. You really did lead this team down the right path. You wouldn't see him making crunching tackles or barging players. You know, you don't. And I was on a stream of Hooks earlier. Our captain's a pussy. God. And it's as simple as that. He's a pussy.
Damn.
You won't see anything out of him for the rest of the season. And people need to wake up and see that there's nothing coming from this guy. The quicker people realise that Martin Odegaard needs to be sold, I can't wait for the day I'm right about that. All well and good, he was good the last 2 years. He has the GA to show for it. Sit down and tell me in the games where Arsenal really needed 3 points or to progress into a cup, Champions League, Carabao, FA, where was Odegaard? Main creative outlet he's meant to be. Wasn't there again today. You know, Captain Fantastic. I'm looking at the ratings now. It's just a shit show. And once again, where's our best area once again? The defence.
The defence, yeah.
We're the best defence in the league once again. Do you know why? because we actually invested in it. Invested probably too much in it. Look, I mean, Gabriel and Saliba are the main reason we've got this defense so well. It's 2 players. What's the excuse for up front? I'm constantly now hearing next season's the season. I mean, what's his name? Mr. Robo sent that tweet earlier to our Gooner Lounge group chat. This tweet just makes me honestly fucking laugh. And it is from a Calafiori profile picture, AFC Grey, with an official tick as well. So he's obviously paid for that one. Wenger came second 3 times in a row. He then went on to win 2 league titles in the space of 3 years. If we do finish second this year, history will repeat itself. Arsenal will be crowned 25-26 champions. Now, I'm sitting here thinking that this guy's taking the piss. If he's being for real, welcome to what our fan base is just becoming. So according to the history books, I thought, but from what I remember, I thought Arteta was like Klopp. Give him until 3 seasons, he'll win the Champions League. Right. Okay. So now it's Wenger's turn now. He's now the new Wenger. Right. So that's why we're now going to win the league next season.
The amount of copium that we have from these people that can't see the forest through the trees. Look, like I'm trying not to get angry about this because I know a lot of that is just for clickbait and like they're just rage baiting you into commenting and liking and calling them "see you next Tuesdays" and retweeting. I mean, that's all that AFTV does. That's all that all these AFC fill in the blank fucking Twitter accounts do. I try not to get super upset about it, but the problem is that you have a lot of soft brains in this fan base that actually believe it and actually take it seriously. This is why I always get on guys like I'm sorry, like Sod, guys like Igal, guys like Hooks because he's doing that same bullshit. Like this is why I get on him because
you should have seen Sod's reaction to Odegaard's offside miss today. Like he looked like he wanted him gone.
Did he lose it?
No, but I'm telling Sod, I'm like, Sod, you're
what did you expect,
what
bro?
I've been saying for ages. Like, this guy isn't the guy. He isn't the guy. It's as simple as that. Throw Odegaard into La Liga. I guarantee he'll cook. I guarantee.
Dude,
he's not.
No,
for the
absolutely.
Prem,
it's more his pace. He's just not. He's not for the Prem. He's not big enough. He's not fast enough. He's fucking awful, man. Like. No, actually, you know what? No, he's not awful. He's a squad player. He's mediocre. The captain's armband weighs too much on him. We talked about this yesterday, and I didn't really get to comment on it. But the armband is too much for him. I think we put way too much. We as a football club have a very heavy badge, and this is too heavy for him. To be honest with you, it's not too heavy. It's not too heavy for Gabriel. It's not too heavy for a Declan Rice. These guys will go out there and get in people's faces and actually make something happen. This guy doesn't do anything. He doesn't even get in the ref's face anymore. He just waves at the away end and creates one chance in 90 minutes. Or he got subbed off 87 minutes. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, Dal. You were gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say the whole Odegaard thing is just, he's just not cut out for the Prem. He's absolutely not cut out for the Prem. He doesn't have the strength. He doesn't have the steel. He doesn't have the speed. Right, he doesn't have the speed of the pace of up and down, that style of football. And again, it's just one of those things where we know he was on Wenger's list, when he was 15, 16 years old, and Arteta's picked up that, again, dusted it off, picked up the old Wenger transfer list, and all of a sudden we end up with Odegaard and Kai Havertz. Havertz was on Wenger's list the last season or two before he left. As a 17, 18-year-old prodigy, German prodigy, right? I mean, it's just such nonsense. We get gassed up. And I see something in the chat there about a big up Judge from Declan Rice.
Big up Judge.
105 mil my ass. Dude, that's a $60 million footballer.
To be fair, I think this is unfair. I think this is so ridiculously unfair.
I agree. Listen,
what am I saying? He is a $100 million footballer?
No. Listen, a player can't. And I've always said this:
if you're going to aim at somebody, don't aim at Declan Rice. Sorry to interrupt.
Whenever I've talked about a player personally, I've always said, like, even with Kai Havertz, it's not even the fact we paid I don't care about the 60 million like that. Kai Havertz didn't ask me to pay for 60 million. We shouldn't have bought him anyway.
Right.
If you want to talk about Declan Rice, and I see the judges commenting, big up Judge every single time. Welcome in, bro. Hope you're well. In terms
Judge
of what you're
is the
saying
man.
about
Don't get me wrong. I just disagree.
big up Judge every single time. I'm never here to start arguments, but I've obviously seen your comments there, Judge. If you want me to talk about Rice, I was going to talk about Rice eventually. If you want to look at today, he was one of our best players. He
was our best midfielder. He was legitimately our best midfielder
today, which is what everyone cares about. He created the second most chances, which everyone fucking cares about when it's Martin Odegaard. So people should be compared by that. Also, the factor of he's playing in a position that he's never even fucking played in before. He's playing at 8 going forward. He's a CDM. He was born and bred centre back, gone to a DM, gone to a 6. Now playing in an 8. Like no offense, right? All well and good. Yeah, we paid the big money for him. But what do you expect him to do? Get 15 assists a season? He's a DM. He's a 6. Like, come on, man. Right. He's one of our most consistent players, in my opinion.
I didn't, finish what I was saying, but I'm just, in my opinion, I'm starting to see they're starting to see the breaks in the armor. I just think, the price, okay, we paid it. I just don't see the value we're getting for it, I guess is my point. If we spent 60, would I feel differently? Probably not, because it's not my money. And I'm not placing blame on him. What I'm saying is you're right. He's playing out of position. He's got Arteta. He's on puppet strings with Arteta, but I think some of it's just decreasing. I think some of the production, we've even commented this season, I know he's had a broken toe or whatever, that we've seen decreases since the Euros in his performances. And today, in better of a bad bunch, Connor, that's great. But
what do you expect?
It's not that. I agree. It's not good enough. It isn't good enough. It isn't good enough.
And I wanted to finish too with like the 105 million to me, like we talked about, was our signal to the rest of the European market that, hey, we're here to pay this money, that we finally have the ability to really stretch out and pay 100 mil for a player, which you guys know we would never have thought about doing a few years ago, ever, right? And so when we get Rice, who was phenomenal his first season here, he really was. His second season here, is this his third? Is this third season?
Second season.
Second.
His second season, the Euros, we talked to him. We talked all through the Euros, right? How he wasn't doing well, and I'm sorry, that's kind of come to fruition.
I blame Southgate for that.
I know, but I blame Southgate too. I do, and I'm not saying I'm not trying to put Rice at the blame. I don't want you guys to get me confluted with what I'm saying. I'm not blaming him. What I'm saying is this performances just haven't been worth 105 mil just yet, in my opinion. And I know the money's not a big deal, but I just think there's more to him. We can demand more from him, and I know he's doing everything he can. I'm not.
What would you like him to do? What would you like him to do?
What I'd like him to do is take a stand against Arteta, which I know will never happen.
What would you like him to do on the pitch?
What I like him to do on the pitch is that's a good question. I'm not sure.
I'm sorry. Like sure. That's my and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to start I'm not trying to start an argument or anything like that, but this is why I think this. I just think this whole people targeting Declan Rice and saying like, who is 100 million? There's an English tax. There's all sorts of bullshit. So this whole he's not a 100 million player. Who is? Has Jack Grealish been $100 million player for fucking Man City? No, he hasn't. So stop doing this. So this whole fucking narrative, I'm fucking done with. I'm sorry. I don't know what anybody else can expect Declan Rice to do. I really don't, especially in this system. And in my opinion, he has overperformed in playing in a box-to-box midfielder position. Like Connor said, he was more threatening. He literally turned a Nottingham Forest player better than any of our three front guys today.
Right.
Save one Yeri, maybe. Like this is my problem, is that you are depending on players that are playing out of position, out of their natural profile, to go in there and work miracles against a Nottingham Forest team who has been one of the best teams in the league this season. So like this whole narrative, like, look, go after the right people. Go after Jorginho. He was shit today. Go after Calafiori. He was shit today. Marino playing out of position, but he was still shit today. Like, what are we doing?
Well, that's my point. It's more or less looking back on the money, right?
Right. No, I agree. I agree with that.
I probably shouldn't do that, right? No, I'm not disagreeing that he has been off and on one of our better players this season, right? He wasn't the consistent. We've talked about that, and I'm not trying to blame him for today or blame him for any losses. What I'm saying is that again, I feel like we've gotten taken advantage of for 105 million. But every time, but you're right. If any team goes out and buys a $100 million player, there's somewhat you're being dragged over the coals for sure. Because no player is really worth that much. I agree with that a lot.
Yeah. And Judge
I'm saying is that there's times I look at that money, and I look at his performances this season, and they've been off. Not that they've been bad, right? Not that they've been awful like Calafiori, and you're right. There's really nothing, I guess, slap myself in the face. There's nothing to really back what I'm saying. Fuck my boss again.
No, I'll see you in a minute.
Sorry.
Okay, now, Judge, you know what? Just when you disappoint me, you come back and you absolutely deliver because you are 100%.
But that's what we were just on about. Like, Judge, you're getting angry about.
You're 100% about
this. This is literally what I'm on about,
correct.
bro. We've just spoke about this. Rice has been put in a system that he never played at West Ham his whole career there. What are we doing here? Like, this is the whole point that we're on about. And you can talk about all this value for money for Declan Rice. He's a DM, CDM, whatever you want to call it. He's a defensive midfielder, if that's how you really want to go out and stand out. Central defensive midfielder. It's practically the same thing. You're playing as a 6. Defensive midfielder, you're sitting back. You're in front of the two centre backs. You're defending. That's what he's meant to do. Yes, it's a lot of money we paid for him, but I've got to sit here and say, like, at the end of the day, the way I look at it, the money we've spent, fair enough, but I can't sit here and say that Declan Rice hasn't been an improvement on our team. At the time when we went ahead, no, just stay on Skype, bro. Stay on Skype.
This is honestly the best. This is honestly the more watching Dal go on and off the stream is more entertaining than what I just watched for 94 minutes.
Judge, if you want to come on stream one day, bro, and have a conversation, you're more than welcome. But I can't chat with you over chat, man. It's just going on conversation. Yeah. But at the end of the day,
well, we're not blaming. We're not here.
We're literally analysing the whole game. Just because I'm not agreeing with a player that you think's done bad, Judge, doesn't mean that overall that means I've got a whole different wrong opinion. I've gone ahead and gone through the whole team. I've gone ahead and given players credit today. Not everyone was completely shit because of the system today. Like, we can't be going and saying, yeah, everyone was just shit. At the end of the day, people picking out negatives about, everyone bangs on about Odegaard's chances created. People then going out and criticising Declan Rice. Well, Declan Rice was the second most created chances player today, which I can't wait to use against people later when I'm going to go on streams later to say the amount of times I'm told from Sard and everyone, but Odegaard's chances created. So why are you telling me a player like Declan Rice is getting more chances created than him today? Like, what are we doing here? This is just why it's just little stuff like this. But listen, besides the point, away from the Declan Rice stuff,
Connor, I missed your whole Declan Rice point because my boss calls.
Oh, there's not much to talk about. It's just I just
want to reiterate that I want him to succeed, right? I want him to be the captain or the vice captain. I want to see this guy just fucking run the Premier League. I really do. But I think the price is a hindrance, and I think you get people like myself sometimes that question it. That's all I'm saying. So we can move on.
I understand what you're saying. There's a lot. There's arguments to be made about where the money has been going. I just think that if you're going to talk about where the money's been going, like, Declan Rice is so far down my list that right. It's just like I have a hard time.
He was never going to be cheap anyway. He was never going to be cheap. You literally
bought West Ham's legend.
Exactly. You bought. He was one of the main reasons why they won that UECL that season.
Yep.
He was one of the reasons got him to there.
And that's where my frustration is, because I want to see that Rice, and I know he wants to be that guy. But I question that you guys, your good counter is that Arteta ain't letting him be the guy. Arteta's holding him back.
He's holding this whole team back.
Well,
he's holding this whole team back, trying not to lose. So here's my thing is, when is it going to stop? When are we going to stop seeing the same boring 4-3-3 and actually see some attacking football, like throwing more people up the field? We literally have nothing to lose in the league now. We're not winning the league. Like, Liverpool are going.
They're going to win it by
Liverpool
6
are going to
points.
win. I don't give a fuck if City catches, to be honest with you. I really don't.
It's not going to matter.
Because we're going to the Champions League anyway next season. It doesn't fucking matter. We're gonna end up in the same league that they are with this new format. So does it really matter at the end of the day? Like, does pot really matter at the end of the day? I don't think it does. My whole thing with this is like, if you're really trying to go for this league over your dead body, then why don't you fucking throw everything you can at it? He wouldn't know how to organize 5 at the back. He wouldn't know how to he wouldn't know how to organize
that'd be
wingbacks.
like a bowl of spaghetti back there, bro.
He wouldn't know how to do it.
You know, we'd be able to do that.
Do you think
Simeone and Inzaghi? That's the guy who'd be able to do that.
We do not have the profile players to play a 5-3, a 5.
Let's get me Frimpong.
Get me 5-2. We don't.
You know, we're trying to raid.
Big up Strasbourg.
Let's raid Leverkusen. Get me Grimaldo. Get me Frimpong. Running up the wings, mate. Come on. That's who I need in my team. That's who
I would love that. I would love to see that kind of football, but there's zero chances
how many great players Leverkusen have, man. Oh, they've got so much talent.
They're very good. It's annoying.
Yeah, no, listen, besides the point.
They turned Granit Xhaka into a Ballon d'Or.
Exactly. Yeah, another player. And do you know what? Kunle made a great point last night, you know, TJ, and it's perfectly respected to what's happened today, you know, in terms of our backup situations. Why did we sell Smith Rowe and got no one in but to replace him? Why did we loan out Fabio Vieira to get no one in to replace him as a backup right winger, backup 10?
Reece Nelson.
These questions, Reece Nelson. These questions need to be answered. And then we're going out here, and people are telling me that Raheem Sterling was the answer, that Mikel Merino was the answer, the long-term answer for Granit Xhaka. Listen, I want Granit Xhaka as a fan, but someone had boots to fill, and everyone made up that Rice would be that player. I never expected Rice to come into this Arsenal team and be an 8. I expect him to be a 6. The job that he's been doing the past how many years at West Ham when he started off as a centre back, they went to a 6. You know, many different things have come to fruition from our transfer business. And again, you've got to look at the outgoings. I was actually very happy with our outgoings because then I thought, great, we're finally making money.
You didn't want to hang on. You didn't want to keep Sambi Lakanga. You didn't want to send him out on loan. Oh, you didn't want to keep Nuno Tavares. Actually, Tavares has been pretty good while he's not fondling dogs. He's doing a really, really good job out there.
He's not doing too bad
in Italy.
The point obviously is, you know.
Sorry,
I thought the factor of we're sold players finally, because we've always had a season of where we've bought tons but sold nothing, and we actually done some decent business selling this summer. Then we think, wait, are we selling to buy now? Finally, no. Same with Arsenal, we switch it around. We go the opposite direction, you know. So what you saw today, people, is what you're going to see for the rest of the season. You may see the odd, you know, home win. Oh, Copium, yeah, big 4-0 win. Come on, Bosh. But, you know, apart from that, you know, we'll see the same thing. I am extremely worried about PSV, especially away.
We're not beating them.
Rest in peace to our Champions League run. It was already dead in the water anyway. But listen, no, to wrap up on my points on today's game, I think the standout players for me were the 2 centre backs. They did work their arse off. I mean, there were points where Saliba was in mad positions, but beside the point, Gabriel made some great tackles. He was really good today. For me, Saliba was probably the better out of the 2, in my opinion. Don't know. Yeah, probably Saliba. So. Timber was still good today, but he couldn't really create much going forwards, really. I mean, he was getting on the wings, crossing in balls, but what can you do with that? Fuck all. And that was it, really. Wanyeri showed something, you know, going forward, but nothing significant. And then the rest of them were just pretty mid. I mean, like, again, people were trying to get forward, like Rice, Trossard was trying, but it's like, what can you work with what you've got around you? It's dross. It's shit. We've got an expired Thomas Partey coming through now. I mean, when I saw him come on, really look at that piss poor shot he had. You know, Marino up front. I mean, we are working with a bunch of B-listers up, but forward from the defense at the moment. You know, it's not looking good. So we've just got to firm this season, man.
And maybe that ties into what I'm saying with Rice, right? The players around him are down tools a bit, and that is my thing. And again, I'm not picking on the guy. I want that Rice that was, you know, winning the Conference Cup or whatever the hell it was, you know. But he's just, for him, and even players like Partey, you know, who we've always rated, the people around them aren't good enough. Odegaard is just simply not good enough.
Yeah.
Anything out of our starting 11 is just not good enough, because I think our starting 11 isn't that bad. If we have Ben White or Timber, and we have Lewis Skelly on the left, Ray, of course, Starsky and Hutch, Rice and Party and Odegaard, and then of course Martinelli and who do we put up front now? Fuck, I don't even know. But if Martinelli and Saka, let's say even Trossard was up front.
I was predicting for Trossard to be up front, and I bet away at PSV we will start him up front there and start Sterling on the left.
Right, Mourinho doesn't even need to be in the lineup, right? He doesn't need to be in the left mid.
No, I just think
it's bad.
Well, we never thought it was going to get this bad, and neither did they, and they didn't prepare for it. So now we're stuck here watching this absolutely dross football. I mean, guys, like deep this, we have not scored in 180 minutes plus of football. We've gotten stunked the last two matches in the Prem, and now we're going into the one cup competition where we might actually be able to advance. And I don't have any confidence that we're going to go to Eindhoven and do anything. Like it's really peak for us right now. So like we really need to hold this club accountable. Like my head is already in June right now, and it's February 26th in the year of our Lord 2025. And I'm already saying, okay, what are we going to do over the summer to fix this mess? What are we going to do to make sure that if we have injuries like this again, that we have the right coverage? Because look, we can talk about, Saka will be back, Martinelli will be back. If they don't shut Saka down for the rest of the season, I'm going to be fuming.
Oh, he'll be back. I think he's coming back April 1st.
Dude,
for
what? For what?
I don't know. Maybe May 1st, because he's Starboy and he's, and that's Arteta's guy. But
big up Vader, not really. Not really, Vader. Not really. Big up Vader, not really.
At least, I gotta agree with you 100%. I'm with you too. I'm already looking to the summer transfer window in February. Oh my god.
Big up Warrior J too, by the way.
But the thing is, TJ, at least someone is, because I don't think the top brass are looking at June. I don't think they're even concerned right now of what striker we're going to get in, right? They're more concerned now for Champions League and trying to finish in the top four with the players we have left over from this crisis.
Yeah, Ashaba, I would hear this if I didn't think we were going to be out of the Champions League by the time he gets back. like let's be real. Like I'm really sorry. Like, what is the point in risking your star player and getting injured again at the end of a season that is, I'm sorry, is lost? It's
not
lost.
To have him at the beginning of the season.
It's gone. It's gone, guys. Yeah. Like let's not risk it. Throw in a couple of kids up there on the right if Nwaneri needs some cover. And mail it in for the rest of the season. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is what are we really playing for? Because if we look at the rest of the season, I'm gonna go ahead and share this. If we look at the rest of the season, our fixture list in the league is not terrible. Like we will solidify top four, which is what I was afraid of a couple of months ago. I might have been overreacting, but look at this. So we have PSV. I don't expect us to win that. I really don't. Like I'm sorry, I just don't. We have PSV away on 4th. I don't expect us to win that. Man United, if we don't beat this Man United team, we are seriously mudded. Seriously,
we didn't beat them in the FA Cup. There's no expectation we're going to beat them Sunday.
I'm just saying the rivals are going to be all over us, so I'm really not going to be looking forward to that. Then we have the return fixture at home to PSV. Then we have Chelsea at home, which that with this attack the way it's looking very, very dicey. I'm hoping that we have Martinelli back by then. I'm hoping. Like I'm begging for an out of form injured Martinelli to come back. That's how bad it is. And then we have Fulham at home, which we should be able to get a result. We should be able to get a result, but it's going to be a draw. Everton away, that'll likely be a draw. Brentford at home, we should win.
Draw.
Ipswich away, we should win. Don't give me that look. Are you serious, Ipswich?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'm dead serious. It could be 1-1.
Ipswich away, we can beat them.
Bro, we beat them 1-0 at home.
Dude, we could beat him. We'll beat him.
Yeah, we can.
We'll beat him.
We can beat everybody if we had
Crystal
the right
Palace
managers,
will
the
win.
right players, and no injuries.
Yeah, and Southampton will win. Look, you guys can't see that. How do you guys not see that?
I see it.
Yeah, I see it
clear
too.
as day. I see Arsenal.
I
at
can
home to
see
Crystal Palace.
clearly now.
The league is gone.
We are shit.
The league is gone.
Charles, just get me the fucking World Cup, bro. At least I can give a shit about that. Like, just give me the World Cup.
Oh, it popped up late. It popped up late. You guys might be behind then. I don't know. Fucking A. Big up, just a harmless potato. I thought you just hung out over there at Tottenham. I thought you just hung over there at Tottenham away.
But, potato.
It is what it is. Maybe StreamYard's fucking up. Sorry about that, Judge. Sorry about that.
Maybe you need to put it back on. Show the kids.
Yeah. I can try to do it, but I mean, we just ran through it. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to show it. But my like, look, fucking, like,
it's over.
At the end of the day, bro. At the end of the day, it's done. Like, we're gonna win. Let's look at the fucking while I got it.
We had a 6-month season this year.
We are 6 points clear of Forest, 6 points, and we are 7 clear of Man City.
Right.
So embarrassing, man, with this whole thing.
If we drop, it will be. Look, it will be embarrassing to drop to Man City. It will, but I don't think. If I'm going to be truly honest with you, I don't think Nottingham Forest stay in the top 4. So.
Really?
Yeah, I think they finished 5th or 6th.
Compared to Chelsea and City take those spots?
Yeah, I do. I think so. I mean, I was calling this, and I know Yeti is gonna send a Scud missile towards my house. Like Wolfie's gonna do the same thing, but they just don't look on it. And I think Chris Wood looked like shit today, dude. Like this Chris Wood. Well, he didn't score. This Chris Wood that I was told was a killer. He was terrible today, man.
Yeah,
against a mediocre team.
Like I said, Yeti earlier on his watch along with Jazz was saying that this is crap. We can't even get the ball out of the midfield, which was true for both teams. It was just a big powwow in the middle of the pitch. Nobody was really openings. Nobody with really any nice through balls. Everybody was passing the ball to the other opposing teammate or passing the ball to nobody there. And it was a mad rush to get to the open ball. I mean, it was everything that we hate about football. Let's be honest. It was negative dark arts trying to attempt dark arts, bunch of bullshit on both teams. They had no opening. We had no opening. I mean, the game didn't open up till about the 75th minute anyway. So I'm glad I didn't get up at 6 a.m. to watch this crap.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Big up Eugene, by the way. Big up Eugene. Ange, everybody. Ange. Hold that. Ange Ball is back, baby. 1-0 loss to City. What everybody thought was gonna happen. God, I should have put money on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
I think that was actually a Nuno Espirito Santo. Actually, TJ, that was because when he joined Tottenham.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember that. I don't care. I just know Eugene is. I just knew Eugene was a Tottenham fan. So I just.
Of course they did, Judge. AFTV says we played well. No,
I was gonna ask.
Played well today. They were both crap.
I was gonna ask who won the deserve to win-o-meter. I was gonna ask about that. You know, I really was. Well, instead of talking about the real problems at this football club, let's just gaslight ourselves into thinking, oh well, we could have won. What was our XG? What was our shots on target? What was this? What was that?
Possession.
Whatever, dude. You watch that game. I get the fixation on stats sometimes, but you watch the game of football with your eyes, and what I saw today was akin to a sedative. So what am I supposed to be watching? And look, like people are still gonna back the manager, and we're gonna talk about tactics. We're so defensive, and we're trying to make up with that for that defensive posture with trying to get set pieces done, and the set pieces aren't firing anymore, guys.
They aren't firing no more, bro.
We're hitting the first man, or they're marking us out of the box in the back at the back post, like which we talked about in November. We talked about this in November that this will dry up because they will just mark out Gabriel. It's very simple. Yeah. And there's nobody else. And here's the thing. Gabriel is still making moves and getting his head on the ball. The problem is he has two guys in front of him and the goalkeeper is always watching him. There's nobody else in this team. I think who else has scored off of a set piece? Like Saliba, I think got one.
Maybe
if I remember correctly.
Kai Havertz
maybe Kai got one. But they know to mark Gabriel out because he's the tallest. He has the nose for the goal when the ball comes in.
Yep.
They mark him out. You mark out 50% of the goals that we are getting from set pieces.
Oof.
So, yeah, I'm just saying, man. Like, look, like I was laughing and saying, you know, set piece again, ole ole, when it was actually producing, but now it's not producing. We have to start looking at our open play now. And I want to get your guys' opinion on this because I said this earlier. We looked the best all season against Nottingham Forest at home. That free-flowing in the final third football, connecting, linking up play in the middle, absolutely, like we looked like we were playing in 22-23.
Yeah.
And now we're so defensive, no ideas, floaters into the box, floaters over the back line, hoping people stay on side. Like, when are the tactics going to change?
Well,
when are people going to get fed up with this? Because look, when we got second place, well, we at least played really, really attractive football.
Right.
Now what?
Right.
Now
they're
what?
talking football now. We're finishing.
Now what I feel I felt like I took an Ambien this afternoon.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
And that's, but to be honest, TJ, from my history of following Arsenal for almost 30 years, that has been the status quo of, you know, years past, where you could see Lacazette walking out with a mug on his face, and you could just see the players coming out at times. And I know Connor's mentioned this too, that the aura on the players before they walk out with the fight song and all the torches of fire and shit going up, you can see in their faces that they're not up for it. And this has been a problem for years. I mean, even back with Giroud, Danielson, there'd be some games we put out stinkers, you know?
Yep.
With Kieran Gibbs back there and Andre Santos, and, you know, if Sagna had a bad game or something, you know? I mean, bad games happen, but there's been times where you just look at the lineup, you're like, we are not winning today. Or look at just the way the first 5 minutes of the game is played. Connor's called it before. Look at the first 10 minutes of some of these games. The energy levels aren't there. It wasn't there today. It wasn't there against West Ham. We finally found it at Leicester City in the last 10 minutes. You know, these are common problems that Arsenal have had within the last 30 years. You know, everybody says, well, 22 years. I go back Wenger years, but, you know, there's just no excuse for him to not be able, after 5 years at this fucking club, to set up a team in a 4-4-2 in somewhat of a mid-low block and hit a team like Forest on the counter. It's not hard to explain that to a bunch of pro footballers who are making $200,000 a week. You know, it's like insanity. We've mentioned this, insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. You know, he won't change the formation. He'll only play certain players out of position because he thinks he can get results out of them. And again, I don't mean to pick on Rice, but those results just aren't that him, and as a collective, I don't mean to pick on Rice, as a collective with him in the midfield, even if he's out, the whole collective isn't working right now. Right? Yeah. And that was my main thing. I guess I should have kept Rice out of it. Just said the midfield.
I don't understand why you keep railing on Rice.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand it.
I just want to see the look on your face, to be honest.
I'm sorry.
The midfield collective is not that good, right? It's just not good. It was good last season. It was decent. It was good last season. It was good the year before. But now we've come with 3 years with this same sort of formation, same players, and this is where we're at. It's stagnant. It's old. It's been found out. Set piece FC is done. We're gonna be in second place behind like 15 or 16 points. That's just, and here we go again, 25, 26. Connor's gonna get a year older. I'm gonna get a year older, and so are you, TJ. And we're gonna be talking about the same shit because this fucking manager will not leave, and they will not let him go.
We're going to be sitting here in 15 years. Connor's going to have like a 10-year-old.
No, we're not.
Connor's going to be, me and Dowles are going to be collecting Social Security. And Yeah, and Connor will have like a kid that's 10 years old that'll also be cussing out Arsenal. Like, so it is what it is. Fuck Arteta. Yeah. And knowing the way that this board is moving, he'll still have a job.
And Connor will probably have triplets too.
Oh God, no! Fuck that! God, no.
Little Arsenal kids.
One or two maximum.
I mean, guys, I gotta run to work. Sorry to interrupt, Connor. I got a meeting now at 2:30.
You know what? So. We could probably close it out. Connor, do you have anything else you got?
Bring on PSV in it. Right. Like what are we doing here? Like, man, we're just shit. We got. Well, do you know what? We could. Oh wait, no, sorry, we've got FA Cup this week. Oh no, we don't.
No, we don't.
We don't have that.
No, we don't. Thanks.
If Man United win that makes us. Oh my God.
Oh, dude, if they win it, FA Cup, done.
Everyone has to walk.
Could you imagine?
The club has to walk. The club has to be liquidated at that point.
Like,
oh my God, man! Because look at the level that's now in the FA Cup. They could fucking do it. They could win this FA Cup, by the way. Like it's not impossible.
Good.
So we'll wait and see. But yeah, I mean the biggest they've got is Man City and maybe Newcastle if Man United beat Fulham. So we'll wait and see. When Plymouth beat Man City, they beat Spurs, they beat Liverpool. You never know. So was it Spurs? No, who'd they beat? Sorry, my bad. Brentford. Fucking Spurs. Sorry, they beat Brentford, they beat Liverpool. Maybe they'll beat City as well. So yeah, I hope everyone's had a good night. I haven't. Well, I have one here. I haven't on in terms of the game. We move, innit? Twitter's do you know what? My club's a joke, innit? Like Twitter just makes fun of us.
Get on there, Connor.
We're just a joke at this point. We're a laughing stock, and it's all thanks to Mikel Arteta and his posse, So bring on PSV away. Whoopie doo. If Lucas Perez scores against us, I may not return for next week. But big up to TJ, big up to Dad every single time, big up to the chat. I hope everyone has a good night. I'm going to try to sleep through this, but we'll see.
I got 4 words.
Still shining. Go ahead.
I got 4 words before I gotta go. Roberto Di Matteo, mate.
Jesus Christ.
Peace, guys. I gotta go.
Peace later, man. All right, that's the show, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Big up everybody that was inside. The Judge, Here to There, Hendon Gooner, Ashaba, Gang Killer, LFC Psy, Harmless Potato, all you guys, thank you so much for being here. We're going to redirect you over to Don Husam. Go over there and say slot out, TJ Warren TV raid, and we will see you on Friday. Big up for tuning in.
You don't have the answers, DJ.
Do you have the answer?
You don't have the answer.
Tony, do you have the answer?
You don't have the answer.
You don't have the answer either.
You don't have the answer.